有提到就是科技会更极致、更好，明年那就包括 AI， 甚至会有其他的科技超越 AI 吗？现在大家都会在问 AI 会不会泡沫化，包括我们台湾最重要的台积电会被明年的星象影响吗
？So I don't think Taiwan semiconductor industry is going to be massively affected by this in any way. I believe that it will progress even further. Just that the next 1 year, need to be careful about TSMC. But coming to AI will do very, very well over the next few years. We'll see some tremendous technological growth. We're going to see, I really can't describe it in words, but that's the level of growth we're going to see over the next few years. In every section of the world, and every part of the world, we'll see this massive growth in technological progress. This is very, very clear. And we could see some new technologies, including AI in space exploration. We could see AI in advanced, computing, and AI in the blockchain industry. The convergence of these two will become more and more, powerful. And we'll see AI replacing several mundane jobs. We would see a revolution in humanoid robots, most likely. And all of these things are going to happen over the next few years. And I'm sure that if the world goes with it on the right track, we can create a new future for humanity, because we need to keep inventing as humans. We need to keep doing something that makes our life and the life of nature around us and environment around us better and better. So the more we work towards this goal, the better it is for all of us. But we need to make sure that it is in the right direction. So there will be some new technologies, that's for sure. And I think quantum computing, I've been talking about it earlier as well. It will start to find its applications in the world. And yes, those are the main things. Even in underwater navigation, you would start to see new technologies. We might be able to explore the seas. And even now, over 50% of the Earth's, ocean has not been explored entirely. And we don't know several things about the Earth. I think over the next 3 or 4 years, we'll make some great progress even in the underwater or marine biology, as well as understanding of the seas and the oceans in a deeper sense. You have even unearthed a few important facts about the Earth over the next few years. So that is also very clear. On the downside, of course, the ocean pollution is also going to increase over the next 1 or 2 years. We hope that the different governments in the world take action and try to reduce pollution of the ocean. This is another possibility as far as I can see. So technologically, we're going to see huge progress, but the direction is what matters.
2025年5月15号就是木星进入双子座嘛，这个对科技啊、航空业什么应该都是非常棒的一个星象。那想请安南的可以给我们大家每一个人都比较关心个人的嘛，比如说我们适合的职业啊，比如说明年会不会有什么样适合现在年轻人或者想要转业的人他们适合的职业的一个方向，就是木星进入双子座对我们比较正面的影响是什么？
Absolutely. So I think I've been saying this since the last 3 years, because the great conjunction has happened. For young people, the most important professions are going to be telecommunication and aerospace and artificial intelligence and blockchain and agriculture. I said 4 technological things and 1 agricultural thing. I really mean it, and there are reasons behind each one of these. So let me explain them. Food management and horticulture are very important, because security of soil is one thing that people are not paying much attention to. So land, agriculture, food security, soil conservation, water conservation, and food production, organic food, farming, these are important areas. People don't pay attention because they think it's a thing of the past. No, my dear friends, we are still eating food. We're not eating technological chips. So it's a thing of the present. It's not a thing of the past. We need to pay attention to agriculture and make sure that this generation and the future generations have access to clean, healthy, and food that is good for them from every single angle. And second thing is aerospace is a very important industry. As I mentioned earlier, the world is moving towards something beyond the Earth. And I'm actually hoping, although this is not a prediction, but just hoping because of the astrological signals, that we might even receive not a reply, but at least a bounce off of a signal that's sent from the Earth to explore extraterrestrial life. I hope that happens in the next 1 or 2 years. It's not a prediction, but it's a hope. And it's also a belief that it might even happen, actually. So I think the aerospace industry is very good that way. The telecommunications industry is very good because telecommunications is presently at the level of 5G, but we might see 6G as well coming into picture. But more important than 6G is satellite internet. So satellite internet is going to spread around the world, and currently there are very few companies in this. So for entrepreneurs, I think working in some field related to satellite internet is very good. And for those who want to work in a job as well, I think the satellite field and the internet connection through satellite is something that's going to be very, very important over the next couple of years. That's for sure. And of course, AI and blockchain, because there's so much more to do. In the blockchain industry, the applications have not yet been explored. And in artificial intelligence, they have not yet permeated every aspect of the global economy. And people think that it'll take away people's jobs. No. If effectively done with government support, people can do more innovation in these fields. There's so much to be done in these fields. If you just sit at home and utilize the services of AI, you're definitely going to lose your job. But if you try to learn it and try to create products and services through it and make the world a better place through artificial intelligence and blockchain and other technologies, you will be creating jobs, not destroying jobs. I don't know from where this logic is coming from, but unless governments don't pay attention to creating jobs in these fields and fostering innovation, I see AI being a force for a global good. Basically, in my humble belief, spirituality and business should always be separate. Spirituality is a journey of the soul. Business is the journey of the mind and the body. If you combine these two, and if you're not renounced from the world, it can easily get confused. There are very few people who are able to balance these two aspects of life. So if we combine them openly and completely, it is not very good for our own spiritual life. So starting with that, secondly, I would say that the spiritual business as such, I would put in a different term. I would say healing people. Maybe that particular business is going to grow over the next couple of years. That's because people are going through despair around the world. A couple of, not everyone, a lot of people are experiencing life positively. There are a percentage of people, unfortunately, who are experiencing a slightly problematic side of life, especially post-COVID, because of addictions, because of the internet, excessive use of the internet, etc. I think the number of these people is going to increase over the next 2 or 3 years. So the people who are required to heal them are also going to increase, and there'll be a thriving practice in healing people. But spirituality and understanding the soul should be far away from business, in my humble opinion. Exactly. I totally understand, because this problem is in India. This problem is in every part of the world. We see this happen because wherever there are centers of spirituality, see, Taiwan is a beautiful place. It's a place where people are open-minded. It's a place where people want to explore life. And there are a lot of people who are spiritual, and I've met so many people who are deeply interested in understanding the self. Similarly, in India, which is a spiritual, hotspot for thousands of years. It's reduced recently, but it's a hotspot of spirituality for thousands of years. And even here, there's a lot of interest. But capitalizing on this public interest, there are some people who treat spirituality as a business and convert it into a money-making machine. I am totally opposed to such practices, and it's easy to figure out such people. It's very easy. Only the foolish people will not be able to distinguish, only the gullible people will not be able to distinguish between someone who is trying to, cheat and someone who is trying to give. Spirituality is all about giving, not taking. It's all about giving. You give knowledge, you give understanding, you give love, you give peace, and automatically everything that has to come to you, it automatically comes. There are some very great gurus that I know of and that I follow. In India, we had a great sage who was a sannyasi, a renounced ascetic, who never used a car, never used a plane, never even wore slippers. He walked the whole country just without any slippers, barefoot walking. Wherever he goes, only walking. He fasted for half the month. He never ate little bit of meat also. Never ate anything just for the sake of taste. Never used his life in any negative way. Always blessed people, always helped people. He protected people during the famine that hit India when the Britishers colonized the country and we had no food. He made sure that the citizens of the country get food. He blessed his people. He never took a single penny from anyone. He is somebody that is nearly like God for us, because he was one of the embodiments of Guru. His name is Kanchi Mahaperiyava, and for those of you who want to know, you can still read about him. It was about 60, 70 years ago that he was here, and we still worship him. That is an idea of a proper Guru, and you have a lot of them in ancient China and ancient Taiwan, ancient Japan. You have such great figures that existed. But unfortunately, it's difficult and rare to find such individuals today because everyone is running behind money. And unfortunately, some people consider me also to be some sort of a spiritual guru. I'd like to say I'm not a spiritual guru. I'm an astrologer, an analyst, and a forecaster who tries to make predictions and analysis about the future of the world. That's my material work. That's my profession. That's my field of study, research. I'm a student and I'm also a professional. I am not a guru for anyone. I might be an acharya or a teacher, but there is a difference between a teacher and a guru. A guru is the one who dispels your ignorance spiritually. A teacher is one who tells you how to walk the path of this world. A guru does both. He tells you how to walk the path of this world also, and how to cross this world and go beyond it as well. A teacher only tells you how to navigate this world. So, as a teacher of astrology, my only responsibility is to explain the tenets and laws of astrology and just probably open the doors to spirituality as well. I'm not a guru, and unfortunately, I understand that the Taiwanese people have had some problematic episodes with such spiritual fraudsters, so-called spiritual fraudsters, and hence anyone who speaks about spirituality, they tend to doubt them. But I think it will change. And since the Great Conjunction has happened, we will see more interest in spirituality. But people need to be careful. They need to choose the right person at the right time, at the right place. Never go to people who are haughty, arrogant, ignorant, and who practice violence and preach non-violence. There are people who practice non-violence privately and preach non-violence publicly. The people who say they are Buddhists, but they eat non-vegetarian food, they drink alcohol, they live a non-sattvic life, but when they preach outside, they say be non-violent. So I think hypocrisy is one of the features that gurus should avoid absolutely. If you find any hypocrisy, that is not a real guru. So I think those are a few ways you can find out, but there are many more ways. People who cannot forgive, people who cannot be compassionate also cannot be gurus. Compassion is the primary quality of a guru. The Buddha was an embodiment of compassion, and he was a role model to so many gurus in the world. So I think there's several factors. Anyone with the sane mind can easily identify the right guru.